he's got some lozenges.
Yeah, brother.
Hey, what the heck?
Hey, I already offered him one.
Hey,
So
what
mine.
kind of lozenges are
I don't need yours. I got my own.
Those are my sweaty pocket. Alright?
Oh, man.
Found it in the laundry machine.
Thank you for joining us on Canary Sessions. My name is Hudson, and today in the studio we have Set for the Fall. Guys, thanks for joining us.
What's up? Thank you.
Which
Which camera?
I'm looking at that one.
Yeah.
Which one?
You'll just look at me.
This one. This one? Okay, this one.
Look at me.
Look at that guy.
I saw the knife, lost in denial. I paid the price. I gave you everything I own. I paid the ties, I took the time, but I had nothing left to give. I lived a lie, knew wrong from right. I'm still drowning in my sin. And I feel alone, even though you're still here. And I've lost it all now. Can this be real? Darker the days that have brought us here. Lost in the rain, I wanna breathe again. I paid the price. My life's on trial. Blacked out the sky. Still don't believe what I have done. I dropped the nails, I tore the veil. I showed you every way along. Blood soaked in red, raised from the dead. And I saved you, was that not enough? And I feel alone, even though you're still here. And I've lost it all now. Can this be real? Darker the days that have brought us here. Lost in the rain, I wanna breathe again. And I feel alone, even though you're still here. Lost in the wake, I wanna breathe again. I feel alone, even though you're still here. And I've lost it all now. Can this be real? Darker the days that have brought us here. Lost in the wake, I wanna breathe again.
So, can you go down the line and introduce yourselves for us, please?
I'm Jeff. I play drums.
I'm Joey. I'm the lead singer. So I grabbed that mic too, dude.
I'm Donovan. I play guitar.
I'm Harrison. I also play guitar.
So, how did you guys meet each other?
Have you heard of Christian Mingle?
It's very similar. So the first person I met that's here today would be Harrison. Met him in a coffee shop locally, and his dad actually was like, "Hey, you got to hear my son play." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." You know. Then I go in there, and then we started like playing songs for like 3 hours. So I was like, "Hey, you need to be in my band." Found out he was like 15. So I was like, that might not work.
You're 15.
39 now.
But we've been at it a while. No, but like, so he was homeschooled and stuff, so his parents were super cool with that. I know he probably doesn't like me saying he's homeschooled all the
Sorry
time.
about
but
that.
Homeschool, 15 years old.
15 years old. Yeah.
As we can speak from experience. I was homeschooled in middle school. He was homeschooled for most of his.
Dude, homeschool people have the coolest stuff. I mean, you guys got all the gear.
You know?
If we had a special homeschool, like,
Yeah, you got to have a special handshake. Do you guys have that? And then it was Donovan. One of the former members had been talking with Donovan. Donovan was in the Marines, and he was getting out, and he had a band, but his band, I guess, was split it up. So he was like, yeah, I'll join. So he came in. Once we got both of them in, things started rolling. And we met this guy out on tour with on one of our first tours ever. And he saved our butts playing bass for us originally. And then we found out he was a drummer, and we kind of like needed him to play a show. So gave the old drummer kind of the old elbow. But we invited him to come play for us, and it's just been this for the last 3 years. 3 years? Two?
almost 3.
Yeah. He's 2 years old? 5 years old? All right. So that's how we met. Just kind of through the years here.
Gotcha. Who are y'all's biggest inspirations?
Well, I grew up listening to like John Mayer and kind of bluesy stuff like that, and then it kind of went into more rock stuff. I started listening to Seven Dust, Breaking Benjamin, stuff like that, and I'm always finding new bands I like, but probably Seven Dust, Breaking Benjamin, that kind of really started my musical taste.
Sick. All right, so I started out with rap, and then I crossed over to the rock genre. And I started out with I think it was like when Linkin Park was starting to blow up. Was
Yeah.
when I started to get really into it. And then, but recently now, I would say inspiration is like North Lane,
Okay.
like that kind of sick riffage like that. Super sick.
Sick riff.
Man, I actually, yeah. So these guys make fun of me. I like every band from like the 2006 era is like, radio rock. That's kind of how I got started. But I actually got started. My dad introduced me to bluegrass and the blues at an early age. And then when I found rock and roll, I was like, yeah, there's no going back to that old country crap. So I started listening to Nickelback. One of my friends, Matt, got me hooked on Seven Dust, and I'm a big fan. So me and Harry are always like, dude, Seven Dust.
So you
It's
like
just the greatest band ever.
so you like butt rock?
Who?
So you like butt rock? Is that what you're saying?
Butt rock, bro. Pay them bills, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Everything. Literally everything. You said I was a drummer. I'm not a drummer. I play like horns and stuff. So like jazz.
play horns?
Yeah, I play like tuba. And
Dude, that's awesome.
trombone
He's
and stuff.
in the band.
Yeah. So like bands like Snarky Puppy,
Oh yeah.
stuff like that. Oh yeah, like fusion stuff. And then like.
Are you a fan of like Wolfpack?
What is it?
You a fan of Wolfpack?
What is it? I don't think so.
Wolfpack? You gotta check out Wolfpack. They're-
A Volpack?
Wolfpack.
I don't know. Is it Wolfpack?
We do that all the time.
Volpack? Yeah, I don't know who Volpack is, but
Yeah, check out Wolfpack. I think you'll like.
got to them. I love the 1975,
Solid.
Bring Me the Horizon, bands like that, just all sorts of, just
Cool.
all over the place.
This way to that.
Yeah.
Solid. So how do y'all write songs together? Do you does one of you bring an idea, or do you all kind of just jam and figure it out that way?
A lot of this record was just like us kind of bouncing ideas back and forth. Me and Harry lived together at the time, so we just sat down and got to just like, he was like, here's the sick riff, and then I was like, okay, I could play something to that. And then like Donovan lives up here and stuff, so we just kind of bring stuff, bounce stuff back and forth, stuff like that.
We were camped out in Minnesota
Yeah.
for 5 days, and
We wrote
we
5
just
songs.
we just wrote 5 songs. Just
5 days.
we were there for what, like 4 or 5 days?
Yeah, we
something
were
like that?
the guy who actually helped us with our van. He let us stay in his basement in the middle of these cornfields. It was kind of creepy. Had a really good vibe for a rock album.
That's cool.
So we sat down there, and I don't. Yeah, we spent most like 8 hours a day down there for like 5 days straight, and wrote half the record.
We would go to the one pizza place in the town.
Yeah,
Say there's like one pizza place
One
in town.
pizza
It was the
place.
only like restaurant.
It was
That was,
disgusting.
it was disgusting. We won't say which one it was. I don't remember it.
Was it it's like CC's Pizza or something?
Bro,
This was
like a
like
mom
worse
and
than
pop.
It was like the city's best pizza.
Because it's the only one.
Was it like Krusty's Rusty
Dude,
Pizza?
yeah, I don't know what it was. It was
remember
it was
what it
rough.
Let me
yeah.
just say it. Their ranch, terrible.
How can you have bad ranch unless it's like gone
You
bad?
can't
you-
have bad ranch, dude. Trust me.
Is that a thing?
He has a list of the best ranches in
We'll
the
save
country.
that for another interview.
Yeah, we'll do that
I
another
could
time.
go on for hours.
That was actually in my interview. I have a ranch-based question.
Sick.
Best
Alright,
ranch
we got
in
something
the
to
United
talk about
States.
then.
All right, sweet.
Oh, man.
Done counting stars to fall asleep, safe in your arms. You are what comforts me. I've been calling your name, but I know you don't hear me. Void in my heart since the day you were missing. Oh God, I need you here right now. I'm lost on my own. I should have been there when you started falling. Hating myself 'cause the thoughts of you are me. Oh God, please take this anger away. I'm defeated today. I'm tossing and I'm turning, still awake from the pain of yesterday. Still has me tossing and turning. If I can just see you again, I'm counting stars to fall asleep, safe in your arms. You are what comforts me, just like my heart. You're always in my dreams when I drift to promise you'll rescue me. What if I promised to leave myself nothing? Give up my life so that theirs will mean something. Oh God, I should have taken their place. This has to be wrong. Lost in a form that seems so dark and empty. Joy becomes pain that leaves me feeling nothing. Oh God, give me a reason to hope. Oh, I'm fading away. I'm done counting stars to fall asleep, safe in your arms. You are what comforts me, just like my heart. You're always in my dreams. If I drift too far, promise you'll rescue me. Doubting myself for too long, ends up felt like giving up. Time to prove to myself I'm wrong. You're already gone. Counting stars to fall asleep, safe in your arms. You are what comforts me,
So what would you consider the best show that y'all played? You can also have like different opinions if you want. Like,
My favorite show I think we ever played was we were on tour with Memphis Mayfire and Fire from the Gods, and we got to play at Soundbar in Orlando, Florida, and it was completely sold out. As the first note we played, the kids started a pit. There was kids jumping on stage, and it was like the craziest. It was my first experience with like a real rock show. Like it actually felt real. So that was my favorite.
That's a hard question. I mean, because like, I really just have fun at all of them. I mean, I know it's like a cheesy thing to say, but I really, whenever like we're playing together, like I kind of just feed off of us on stage, and it's just kind of like if Harrison's doing something crazy, I'm like, man, I gotta keep up with him, but he weighs like 90 pounds, so I'm just like.
I'm over here spinning. He's
do y'all do like the Paramore thing where y'all like jump off each other's back and whatnot when y'all are like playing?
No.
If either of our backs worked, we would try it. But unfortunately,
So like, I don't know if I have like a number one because they're just all really great for me. I mean, I've had like a really bad one. I know that for sure. But yeah, for the most part, most of them are all pretty great.
I would probably say just experience-wise would have been the Creation Fest in Pennsylvania because it was just massive. The stage was stupid huge.
Are you sure?
That-
Are you
that
sure
whole-
it's your favorite? You got like really somber when you answered that. You were like, somebody just
Like,
died.
I'm still like in shock that we played. I mean, because we got to play it with Reliant K.
yeah, we played right.
Like it was
before
just
Ryan
like
K.
I was like, where are we? Why are we here? What do we do right? So
Must have done something right.
Yeah, they were super sick.
Yeah, it was.
I thought they were gonna make.
Yeah, it was just like it's like in a valley, so it was just like thousands of people, and you're like, we're here. Cool.
I was stuck between two, but I think my favorite one was, oh my God, what was the festival? Rock the Desert, I think, last year.
Wow.
Even though, yeah, the year that Harrison wasn't there specifically.
That was a great one.
That was why.
That is why it was so much better. No,
They have this feud, and they like hate each
just
other.
like, no, last year was a great lineup. Like, Spoken was there, and those dudes are absolutely insane every single time. Speak of Wolves, I think Memphis, Stephen Hunter, it was like super stacked lineup, so I think that was one of my favorites, for
Cool.
sure.
What would you say y'all's biggest challenge as a band has been?
what?
Man, they
Me.
like
It's me. I come in with these crazy ideas, and I say the same thing like 32 times, and these guys are like, dude, we're never going to get anywhere. I call these guys up on the phone to spend hours with them. No, the challenge is obviously money. You have to, it's like, in today's industry, things are expensive, and when you're an independent band, it's very hard to do a lot of things that we really want to do, but that is one of the challenges. So we take that head on, and that's what I feel like our biggest challenge is. You got one? Do you think booking?
Yeah, when we were south booking, it was rough because we actually got to talk. Me and Joey talked to Maddie from Memphis, and we were trying to pick his brain, trying to figure out like what route we need to be, what kind of guidance he can give us, and he was basically like, a manager's where you want to get, but then when you finally get to a spot where you can do whatever you want yourselves, you don't need a manager, but you have a manager, and it's kind of like when you don't need them, you have them. When you need them, you don't have them. It's kind of like, I was like, well, that sucks. That's very inspirational, but that was. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess like money and like just kind of figuring out how to keep relevant in this new social media stuff. It's like everything's so popular within one day and then gone the next day. It's kind of hard to keep up sometimes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your touring experience and just how that's been and how you've dealt with each other and how you dealt with your fans and stuff like that?
We have no problems dealing with each other at all. I don't think I've ever gotten along with 3 other dudes better, which is awesome. Like you would think, bands talk about, oh, there's always constant bickering and fighting, but we've never had that. It's been awesome.
These guys have just learned how to ignore me. That's pretty cool.
Like, I don't know. Every day is a new day and a new experience, and we kind of, dude, new day. But
We do a lot of that.
A lot of like riffing off each other.
it doesn't stop. 4 o'clock in the morning, 8 a.m. Don't stop.
Shut up!
But yeah, we've just we never really learned how to deal with each other. We just kind of did, and it's been awesome. No complaints here.
That's cool, Skip.
We did
Wow,
86. We did 86 days in a row.
Oh my gosh. In a row?
Yeah, just 86 days, killed it, crushed it, and I think the only thing was we all looked at each other like, dude, I just want to go home for like a week. We can come back after a week, but like, can we just go home for a week? Yeah. This group of guys, I know that they've toured with other bands, I mean, they're musicians, they can go do what they want. But they come back and they're like, man, you guys stop for food. Like, I mean, if it's a 4-hour drive, it takes us 6. Like, it's like, dude, gas, man. I gotta use the bathroom. All right, everybody use the bathroom. 10 minutes later, hey man, I still gotta use the bathroom. Like, all right, let's stop. I can't see that. So we always leave a day early because I know this. I'm like, all right, we're leaving a day early. But I mean, all of us have learned how to just, if you get quiet, you put earbuds in, leave them alone. It's like they're dealing with their stuff or whatever. So I think it's just living with each other. We've learned so much.
There was one time I was listening to a podcast because I like listening to the podcast when I drive. It kind of keeps me up, like if everyone else is like sleeping or something. And I was listening to a podcast or something, and then Jeff gets tired of it, and Jeff pokes up, hey. What did you say? The new 1975 is out, and I was like, cool. And then he laid back down and put headphones in. That reminded me of it. He said earbuds. But yeah, but dealing with each other, I think what really helps is when we get a shower. Because if you're not showered for a few days, you kind of feel like
We all just hop in the
Yeah.
shower
Same
together.
shower
yeah, same shower, same soap.
Wash each other down.
It's
kinda-
I wash his back, he washes my back, and then
We're back to good.
Kind of got like a fire line going.
Yeah. So but we started learning the tricks of stuff. Like if you have a Planet Fitness membership, you get free showers anywhere across. So that was a cool little thing we learned. And then Pilot.
You're telling our secrets.
It's cool, Like Pilot gas stations, if you get a membership card, you earn free showers for certain gallons. So it's really cool because
those are the best showers.
they are really
of all
sick.
time.
I was really skeptical the first time. I was like, what am I going to walk into? And it was like,
They're nice, bro. I'll stay there for 6 hours.
yeah, I mean, I think that's basically what is the hardest part is kind of like hygiene and because I know when I feel dirty, I'm like, don't even get close to me. Just back up. Because I feel like I stink. I'm just like, don't even, that's just me. I don't know if
He does.
You stink, yeah.
You got a story? You want to say something about that? He just hates all of us. That's what it is. He just goes, I hate all
He was
of
like,
you.
wow, they said a lot of nice things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was going to rip these
He
guys.
was like, I did not think
Joey
anything.
sucks. Donovan's just late. Harrison just mooches off everybody.
Dude,
It's
they're
cool.
just saying my words. I don't even say it.
Okay.
No, we take care of each other, man. All the time.
You're knocking the door, you searching for more, needing a rescue from the burn.
guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Nah,
we
thank you, man.
we really
I really
appreciate having
appreciate
you
it.
all on here.
This is super awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the cameramen and people that are here right now. You can't see them, but they're here.
We'd like to thank Heyday Guitars. Thank you for hosting us. Heyday Guitars is a awesome guitar shop found at 414 Brookstown Avenue in Winston-Salem. Come on by, and Michael, the owner, will hook you up with a awesome guitar or amp. If you like this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let us know what you think. Man, I am out of it right now. This fever is getting to me.
Let's go to Slappies!
All right. Thank you for joining us. My name is Hudson.